Right, so we're in our notes today for D5. We'll have homework D5 tonight, and then tomorrow is formative Friday. Okay? Which is good. Which is good for you because then there's no homework tomorrow. No homework for the weekend. And then we'll come back next week, and on Monday we'll do some D6, and then on Tuesday we'll play some bingo, and then we're off Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. No, we're not, no school on Wednesday. What's up, sister? All right. So, do we have a warm up? Warm up. This. Yes. Warm up on the top D5. Okay. All right. So in this first one, what are we gonna do first?
Subtract 8.
We're gonna subtract 8. Yep, we're getting good at this now. Yeah, subtracting 8, subtracting 8. Make that go away. Leaves me with 4x equals negative 10. Love it. Now what am I gonna do next? Divide both sides by 4, because then that crosses out that. Divided by 4. Ooh, I got a fraction, right? Because 4 doesn't go into 10. Okay, so can that fraction be reduced? Yeah, divide both by 2. So then that's going to leave me with x equals negative 5 halves. Right? Okay. So then let's check it. So we've got 4 times negative 5 halves plus 8, and that's got to be negative 2. Well, that's like 4 over 1, right? So then that's going to be, if I multiply there and I multiply there, that's going to be negative 20 over 2. What is negative 20 divided by 2? Negative 10. And then I've got to add 8 to that. Negative 10 plus 8 is negative 2. And it's negative 2 equal to negative 2. Yeah, buddy, now let's brag about our work. We just nailed it. Yeah. Good. All right. Number 2. First thing I'm going to do is what? Subtract 2. This crosses out, right? Okay. So that leaves me with negative p over 3 equals what? 0. Yes. Okay. What mathematical operation is going on the left side? Division. So what's the opposite of division? Multiplication. So what are we going to multiply by? We could multiply by 3, yes, but it's better to multiply by negative 3 because then that clears off the negative sign too. So the negative 3, or the 3 cancels out the 3, and the negative cancels out the negative, leaving me just with p. And what is 0 times negative 3? 0. Over 0 times anything is 0. My answer there is 0. Can I have 0 as an answer?
No. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. 0 is a number. Okay. And that's what we're trying to find. We're trying to find what number represents the variable, and so that works out. Now, the check on this: 4 minus 0 divided by 3 has to equal 4. What is 0 divided by any number? That's 0. Okay? So what is 4 minus 0? 4, and is 4 equal to 4?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes, yeah?
Sometimes.
Just sometimes. Not all of the times, just some of the times. Okay? But that's different. That would not, yes, that would be correct. Negative 4 wouldn't, but that's not 4. Okay? All right, here we go. Let's do this. Goal, we've said this like every day now. So what's the goal of solving an equation? Variable by itself. Love it. Golden rule of algebra says, whatever we do to one side, we must do to the other. And what's the key word in that one? Must. Yesterday, we added a step. We added step 1 in yesterday. Anybody remember what step 1 was from yesterday? Distribute to clear the parentheses. Yes. Okay. We still don't have anything in number 2. We don't have anything in number 3. Those will all come Monday and Tuesday. Actually, sorry, Monday and Monday. Those will all come. So then our step 4 was we add or subtract using the opposites. And step 5 was we multiply or divide using the opposites. Give me a second to get those written down again. So now let's do number 1 together. Okay? So we have a set of parentheses. So we need to clear that set of parentheses. So whatever's outside the set of parentheses needs to be distributed into all of the parts inside the parentheses. So here we would have 1/2 times 10x over 1. I'm just going to put it right away over 1. And we would have 1/2 times 24 over 1. 10x on top, right? 2 on the bottom. 10x divided by 2, 5x. The minus sign comes along for the ride. 24 on top, 2 on the bottom. 24 divided by 2, 12. Minus 12 equals negative 8. So we did step 1, we cleared off our parentheses. Now what would we do next? Add 12 to both sides. Add to clear. Okay. So then that's going to give me, oops, I forgot to cross out. That's being gone. So then that's going to be 5x equals 4. Positive 4 or negative 4? Positive 4. Then what? Divide both sides by 5. Can that be reduced? Quick check. 1/2 times 10 times 4/5 minus 24 has to be negative 8. This one right in here. 10 over 1 times 4 over 5. 40 over 5, right? 40 over 40 divided by 5 is 8. Okay. So then that part is 8. 8 minus 24. Negative 16 times 1/2. Right? Because it's negative 16 divided by 2, and that gives me negative 8. Is negative 8 equal to negative 8? Yep. So we can brag about our work. Okay. Questions, comments, concerns, clarifications? Awesome sauce. What do we got next? Oh, yeah. Let's do, I'll give you a couple of minutes here to do those two, and then we'll do the word problem together. Is there more than just after the word problem?
There's 2 with
There's 2 word problems. All right, we'll do 1 word problem together, and then you can do the last word problem by yourself. Number 2. What is out in front of the parentheses?
-1.
-1, yes. Okay, so -1 is what gets distributed in to both sets of parentheses. Okay, so we have then -1 times 15. I'm just put -15 there. We have -1 times 15 x, and we have -1 times -6. Okay? So that's going to give us then -15x plus 6 equals 36. Then what? Subtract 6 from both sides. Yep. That goes away. That gives us -15x equals 30. Then what? Divide both sides by -15. Good catch. That goes away, leaving me with -2.
-2.
Which one? -2, because it's a positive divided by a negative. Yep, -2. Okay? So then we go negative of 15 times -2 minus 6, and that's got to be positive 36. 15 times -2. -30. -30 minus 6. -36. Negative of -36. Positive 36. And is positive 36 equal to positive 36? I hope so. So we get -2. Okay? What? I know. That's good. Okay? Here we're going to take 1/4, and we're going to multiply it in, and we're going to multiply it in, and we're going to say 1/4 times 8x over 1, and we're going to say 1/4 times 24 over 1, and we're going to say then that that's -8 equals 8x divided by 4. 2x, yep. 24 divided by 4. So it'd be -6 because the negative sign would come along in there. Yep, I like that. Yep. Then add 6. That goes away. Gives me -2 equals 2x. Divided by positive 2 or -2? Positive 2, yep. And so that gives me what? -1 equals x. Okay, checking it back. -8 equals 1/4 times 8 times -1 minus 24. So then that's going to be -8. -8 minus 24 is going to be -32 times 1/4 is -8. And -8 is equal to -8. And so we can brag about our work now. Okay? All right, now let's jump into some word problems. Yes, love me some word problems. What's the first thing we got to do in a word problem?
Read it.
We got to read it. Randy is an electrician. Okay, and what Randy's nickname is?
What?
Sparky. Think about it. electrician?
I don't.
Have you ever touched two wires that shouldn't be touched? What happened? Sparks. Yeah, it sparks, okay? Randy is an electrician. She charges $45 per job plus $25 an hour. I will hire her any day. Finding somebody to work that cheap right now, not happening. If the total bill for the job was $95, how many hours did Randy work? Okay? So, first thing, we need to define what we want our variable to be. Hours worked? Yep, I would agree that X is going to be hours worked. Okay? Then we need to come up with an equation. So she charges $45. So you call her and you accept the job, it's automatically $45. So that's where we're going to start. We're going to start with, it's got $45 right from the start. Then, on top of that, she's going to charge you $25 an hour. How can I represent $25 an hour? So how am I going to represent? Plus 25x. Yep, because we're going to add, or she is going to add that to the bill. And that's going to equal how much we paid, and we paid her $95. So there's our equation. First thing we're going to do to solve our equation, we're going to subtract 45 from both sides. Yes. So then that's going to give us 25x equals 50. Then what are we going to do? Divide both sides by 25. And then x equals 2. But what is our final answer? 2 hours. Because it's a word problem, we like labels with our answers because X was hours worked, so she worked 2 hours. Okay? Good times. Okay? Emma won 45 goldfish playing games at the school fair last night. Later, she gave 2 fish to each of her friends. She only has 7 fish left. How many friends does Emma have? Define our variable. X is going to be what? Friends, number of friends. Chat, what? Ever.
Actually, putting letters in math.
Cat.
No.
Okay. Right? So she won 45 goldfish at the games, right? So she starts out with 45 goldfish. Okay? Later, she gave 2 of her fish. She gave 2 fish to each of her friends. How am I going to represent that? 2x? Is it plus 2x? Why is it minus 2x? Because she's giving them away. They're going out. Yep, the fish are going out. The fish aren't coming in. And at the end of the day, how many does she have?
7.
She's got 7 left over at the end. Okay? That one was different because she's giving the goldfish away, so we're not adding it, we're subtracting. What are we going to do first? We're going to subtract 45 first. Yes. That gives me negative 2x equals how much? Negative 38. Yep. Because 7, so 45 minus 7 is 38, so this is negative 38. Divide by 2?
That equals -2.
Divide by 2?
There we go. -2.
We're going to divide by -2. Yep. Yep. No, it's not the same thing. You just told me that it wasn't the same thing.
Yeah.
So then that gives me X equals how many friends?
19.
19 friends. She's got a big old squad. Alright. Tonight we're going to have D5 as our homework, so I'll pass that out. You can work on that, and then you can also work on D1, D2, D3, and D4, making sure you get those turned in, because we've been seeming to do a little bit of like we don't turn the homework in the next day, we turn it in like 2 or 3 days later. So we need to do a better job of getting our work done on time.